Joined now by Tommy Barrett. Tommy, we said frustrating Monday. You must be kicking the doors down inside after that. Like, again, you were the dominant team and one lapse in concentration.
Yeah, we were, Mike. But look, we didn't create enough chances in the second half, in particular. And no clear-cut chances. In fairness to them, they put 11 behind the ball. We knew they would, and it's up to us to break them down. We practiced on that. Thursday and Tuesday and Thursday, and we need to be able to break teams down when they come like that, and we have enough good players on the pitch to do it. Now the pitch didn't help in terms that it was a bit sticky. We were hoping for a bit of rain. When they put a low block like that, it can move. We got to move it quicker, and the play became disjointed. And the lads, I felt, got a bit frustrated. But look, in fairness to Harps, it was a good away performance, real grind from them. They worked their socks off, and look, they didn't deserve to win, but when you go away from home like that and you work that hard, fair play to them.
What do you put the concession of the goal down to? Was it a lapse in concentration, or do you foul him cynically a little bit out further? He got almost a free run, 30 yards.
Yeah, look, it's a difficult one. We give away the ball really cheaply, the miscommunication between the two lads, and then it's a good pass, and we know how quick Grady is on the break. Yeah, look, probably could have fouled him earlier out the pitch, but we still had cover, and he still did well for the finish. So look, we said at the start it'll be transitions or set pieces that they were going to score. But look, you got to do more in the final third, and you got to keep a clean sheet. Look, I made a few changes to try to win it, of course, but at the same time we didn't go going home nil all either. It's not like we changed our shape or anything too much. So we respected the opposition. We knew they'd be, we knew they'd break quite well. So we were wary of that, and unfortunately we didn't create enough after we scored. We had plenty of time.
Were you frustrated because you had just made the changes and you got Colin Connery in particular into the centre midfield? They didn't have a chance to adapt, and whatever you had told them went out the window because you conceded a minute and a half later.
Yeah, look, we were looking. We had two boys in there. We played that box shape. We were looking to get. We felt that we had all the ball. So what was the point in having two lads sitting there? So we changed it up a bit because obviously we wanted to score a goal, and it gets Legion and Lee on further, and Big Trip on the pitch as well. And after that we brought on Roy and Nico and went with three at the back, but for the last 12 minutes, but they shot quite well.
A point from the two home games this week. You would have obviously fancied 4 if not 6. Is it a big setback this week?
Yeah, of course it is. Look, but look, we keep saying it, Mike. You can't get too carried away. It's a long way to go, but you can't be losing games like that anyway, because a point might matter at the end of the year. So it's disappointing to lose. We need to keep a clean sheet, and we need to be better away from home. Look, that was I wouldn't say it was a poor performance at home. We performed quite well for most of the game. As you said, lapse in concentration and a bit of clinical edge in the final third was missing. But yeah, overall it's a disappointing week. Just to get 2 points out of 9. You always want to be getting in around the 4 out of 9.
And obviously, when you look at Harps now, they're on to 22 points. UCD, if they win tomorrow, go level with you. Kerry let slip an advantage tonight and lost to Wexford, who also pick up ground. Is there a danger with UCD and then Cove going into the cup game that it could get really sticky into the last leg of the season in the last quarter?
Yeah, of course it is. Look, you're expecting to get, not expecting, but 2 home games, as you said, 4 points at least. We've been poor away from home. We haven't beaten Cove. We've had to look at the draw probably against UCD. I think we drew them away, did we? And we beat them at home. But they're going to get better. I said it from the very start. They're going to be up there thereabouts. So it's a really tough game for us, and we have to go up there and try grind out a result. But look, the 2 games we played against Cove as well, we were the better team twice, and we lost. So there's no point in being the better team if you're going to lose. We need to get back to basics now and start grinding out a few results ourselves.
Don't want to be controversial anyway in saying this, but have some players maybe forced their exit from the club in the last couple of games, or is that too harsh, or does that come into factors now because the window's coming around the corner and you haven't won the games that you probably wanted to win most at this time?
Yeah, look, we're always, as I said before, we're always looking for better, and to drive on, but it's I can't fault any of the lads that we have. They've worked their socks off, but if better players, come in or come up, and we'll try sign them. But at the end of the day, we have what we have now, and the lads have really worked their socks off up to now. And look, it's difficult one, Mike. It's hard to know what to do. You don't want to make too many changes in the July window. Of course, if better players come up, but clubs are slow to we want players that are proven in the league, and they're difficult to come by this time of year.
And people continually say, can we get a striker, can we get a 9? It's not that easy, and it'll cost a lot of money. Is there a promise of funds being available to you, or is it a case of a couple out to get some in?
Yeah, but look, we have a big squad anyway. So if we have to, if we get a player of better quality, of course, that's natural. You're going to leave one or two go, because we've already left 2 lads go, and we still have a big squad. We had Mark Burnout injured tonight, Fionn Doherty, Darren Owenko is still out, Dean Owens, he's out injured, and Owen Martin has got injured last week, and then we have Ben Lee as well. So they can make the squad, and we've some very good under 20s as well that haven't got a look in yet either. So look, we're definitely keeping an eye, but we want someone that's that's proven in the league and is sharp and ready to go.
When you look at what's gone on over the last week, for a couple of years now we've been saying you got to start producing your own players. You produced a good one in Michael DK. He's gone to Brighton. I know it's a good move for him. Is that a sign of the times? As soon as you produce anything worthy of selling on, it's just going to happen, and you are going to lose the players. But a brilliant move nonetheless.
Yeah, but that's what we want, Mike. We don't want to be like, we want to any club that's trying to hold back players. We're not going to do that. We're going to push players on to play at a higher level and have a career for himself. And we're happy with the move for Michael. We're happy as a club. We're in Brighton, from all accounts, we're a pleasure to deal with by all accounts, and they're a good club for him to go to. And we're all delighted. All the players, the staff, everyone around the club are delighted for Michael, because look, you never know. We think he has a good chance, and the hard work starts now for him, and hopefully he goes on to have a great career in the league.
And 2 other players, that kind of Dara Costello from Limerick, Paddy O'Connor with his 4-year deal at Reading. We are producing players in the region, but look, your bread and butter is Treaty United. It's a disappointing week, but I'm sure you're confident in what you have. You can get back to the winning ways very quickly and just keep those playoff position points ticking over.
Yeah, look, we're a hard-working group, Mike, and the lads are performing quite well still. The results didn't go away, but if you keep performing and you can, get back to basics a bit more and keep clean sheets, and sometimes you have to do that throughout the season, and you're playing well for a while, and you get a dip in results. You still try to just go back to basics and grind out results, and we'll especially away from home, we got to do that. I think we've been putting on good performances at home, but we need to be more clinical for sure. Just one mention there, Mike. I met lads from the Midwest Disability Services during the week, and they asked to give them a shout out. So Jamie McCormack and Jack Cusson, 2 great lads. I met them up in South Hill Hub, and they were looking to get a shout out on the radio. So best of luck to them.
A few free tickets for a future game, no doubt.
We got them in tonight, so they're great lads.